Hey there, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about some BMX products, or just one in particular. So, as everyone knows, I'm a knife guy, I love Zippos, BMX, skating, all that good stuff. And I'm a BMXer at heart, so I was riding today, and did a little 360 off a manual pad, and when I landed, something snapped. I heard a kink, so I got off my bike. When you hear a kink, or any other metallic clinking sound, get off your bike right away. Don't pedal, just get off your bike, check your chain. Because everything else is fine, most likely. Because the chain makes a lot of noise, especially when you put it in, like, when you're pedaling uphill and stuff like that, it puts an enormous amount of pressure on your chain. So, check your chain, and maybe it's not a whole, like, crack in your chain. Like, maybe it didn't, like, completely break, but if one piece, just like one little piece on here, makes a snap and you see a little crack, this whole piece is like missing, but this side's still fine, you might not see it, but try your best to spot it, because maybe one day you'll be riding uphill or hauling, doing a gap, and that last pedal you want snaps your chain, and you fall forward and you're about to do a big gap, so that's not going to be pretty. So I jumped off my bike right away, because I wasn't going that fast, just doing a 3, and I checked my chain, and I broke the DK Expo link. People say the strongest part is, you're only as strong as your weakest link. Well, DK Expo, not that good. I've had DK Expos before, like a whole chain, and it was not good. I used to think, what? Other people's telling me that DK Expo sucks? No, I don't believe it. It's awesome, man. I've had it for X amount of this time, and it's so great, nothing's happened to me. Until one time I just pedaled up a small bank, and it just snapped and broke completely in half, and I just fell, ate it, and my knee smashed the stem. So, I don't really like DK Expo. If you have an option, definitely choose the Shadow Half-Link. Way better. I've had this for forever and a half. Lasts way longer than the DK Expo. And this, actually, I gave this was in the used, when I worked in a bike shop, this was in the used section. This specific chain was in the used section, just a whole box full of pieces of chains. This was in the used section. And my friend came by, I gave him this chain. His chain was shitty, it was like some cheapo Walmart chain, and I gave him this one, I don't know why, on a Mongoose or whatever. And he rode it for a while, he did some hardcore stuff, I don't know how he did on a Mongoose, but 2 years later, I was in his area and my chain broke. And he's like, oh, dude, I owe you a favor. Here. I was like, oh, this is the chain I gave you 2 years ago. And 3 years passed now. Plus, the years it's been used on the, in the used box. Shadow Half-Link chains. Can't go wrong with them. They're just fantastic. I would not recommend the DK Expo. It's not that good. It's okay. Like, people say these little design right here at the flat will help you with grinds and stuff like that. It will protect your spokes, or no, your sprocket. This little thing, as you can see, it's really straight. Get a better angle. Not bent at all. And I've been riding the Shadow, and I've been doing some crank grinds, and it'll occasionally smash my sprocket, and this thing does just as good, if not better, than the DK Expo. So, Shadow Half-Link, definitely the best chain I've ever used. And I've used almost every kind of chain before. So, here's my little video, and I will fix this up, and I will go ride a little later. But right now I'm having fun with some three-coaster chainless riding. 180s are so fun, and fakies are amazing with no chain, so fun. But yeah, none of that, DK. Come on, step up your game, get your shit together.